our spiritual teacher, he said that the whole world can become peaceful and prosperous simply through two things: the chanting of holy names and the distribution of sanctified foods. The Food for Life mission has been established for over 40 years. It's an international organisation of Hare Krishna monks and followers who are dedicated to providing healthy, nutritious meals to those in need. I had some experience actually in Auckland. I started a Food for Life program there in the 80s, and that program went on for many years, and then moved to Whangarei and saw that there was a big need here. We looked around for a suitable venue to operate out of. We had very little money when we started, and this building was empty and it was owned by the regional council here. We approached them to see whether they could help us with a venue, and the CEO called me. He agreed that we could actually use this building rent-free and rates-free for providing this community service. We have 3 cooks here who do all the cooking, and they have a team of volunteers from the community.
My mother had like 8 kids and she was always cooking for the kids, and so I sort of learned a few things off her. I really do like to cook, and I get great satisfaction out of preparing food. And that's one of the reasons I'm here in Whangarei, not the only reason, but it is the reason that brought me here. I need to cook with some love and some affection and some devotion going into the food.
I've been doing this service here for the last 6 years now. I feel very grateful to be able to cook for people of all age and gender. The food here that we serve is not just ordinary food, it's foodstuffs cooked and offered to Krishna. And so it's not just nourishment for the body, but for the soul as well.
Something like wholesome about this environment in particular compared to other places I volunteered, like if there's something more spiritual, I guess.
There's no charge for the meals. All the meals are cooked and served on a koha basis so that people don't feel intimidated or obligated to give a certain amount.
You have a political table, you have the friendship table where somebody might put somebody else onto a plumber.
We get all sorts of people coming through here, right from the homeless, down and out people to CEOs of big corporations. We limit how much processed foods we use. It's all mostly made from fresh fruits and vegetables. A lot of the fruits and vegetables are actually donated to us, so people are helping both by donating time, other people are helping by donating their produce. It costs roughly about $2,000 a week to run the cafe here. That $2,000 comes from the koha that comes through. We usually get maybe $500 a week, and that equates to about $2 a meal. We're fortunate that the venue here is right opposite a car park where a growers market is held every Saturday. We have a pop-up bakery once a week, if you like, and that's become very popular, and it's enabled us to actually maintain and support this whole program. So the problems we've witnessed here in Northland, they remind me of scenes that I've seen in third world countries. The living conditions of some of the homes I visited, the diseases and the lifestyle of the people, and particularly the children, is very, very sad for a country like this. It's not that there is not enough food, there is actually an abundance of food in this area. It's a very fertile part of the country.
The parents are making ends meet most of the time, but a bill has come in unexpectedly. The only way you can give, the only area you can give to pay it is food.
There are a large number of children who do come to school without a lunch.
The statistics of students who live in Northland who are not eating well is tragic.
So we've started a lunch and school program in 2012. We started with one school of 200 children where we would provide a lunch for them once a week. And this is a new school that we're taking a freshly cooked hot lunch to. This is our first venture outside of the Whangarei area. Because this is the first day, I'm just going with a menu that the kids can relate to. It's pasta, it's fried bread and it's cake, because most of these kids, they're either brought up on takeaways or meat. They may not have a palate for vegetables and fruits, so you have to disguise it. Welcome. 6 by 10 or 11. Yeah. We'll put some into buckets and then dish them out. Who wants the big piece?
Lots of times our children come to school with maybe a piece of bread for their lunch. We do have other snacks at school, but just knowing that our children have had a healthy, nutritious lunch just makes me feel good, and I know that it's going to impact on their afternoon and the rest of their school day.
The reason I helped Woody around his school food program was I was really interested in it. I was really impressed with the fact that it was so considered.
We have children who are happy and smiling. The number of fights in the playground have dropped. The number of arguments in the playground have dropped. The kids being ready to learn. Total turnaround, and it's just because instead of being hungry and cold, they've got food.
One of the things that I've been involved with since 2005 has been the Whangarei Child Poverty Action Group, and we've been advocating for action on child poverty for all that time, and one of the key things that we've been saying is that all schools should provide food to children.
Food for Life offer really nutritious food that's in line with our vegetarian policy. It's such an affordable option for our school that there was no reason why we wouldn't choose to have Food for Life in the school. I think this is a great initiative, and it means that our children can focus on the learning. They can build relationships through sitting down and eating a meal together. It's such a pro-social way to learn to manage themselves and understand how a family operates and takes responsibility for their health and well-being.
What happens with Food for Life is that the children all sit down, they eat together, some of the children serve the other children, they clean up. It's not just about the food being healthy, it's about all the other things that go around it.
98% of our children are Māori, so the program offers us the opportunity to practice those skills that they need when they're on a marae. We eat all together, we say karakia, we practice the art of manaakitanga and tuakana teina in that environment.
It is more than just the food.
It's desperately needed, so let's do that transition through from provide what's required and then hopefully transition our community and society to a point where it's no longer needed.
We really love the work that Pōti's doing in the community, and it's for that reason that our team of over 150 contractors here at Refining NZ chose Puri's and the Food for Life team as our charity of choice this year.
This whole project is based on something that I've seen in India. It's called Akshaya Patra. One kitchen can cook up to 100,000 meals for children, and then various vans and vehicles will come and put it into heat-sealed containers, and then they take it from there and they deliver it to schools. This program in India is subsidised by the Indian government because they see the value of it. I'm modelling a plan to duplicate that kind of idea, but tailored for New Zealand's climate and culture. We can do so much with donations and funding and grants and things, but to really reach a lot of people, we do need major support, and that's the only thing that's holding us back.
Are we making food part of our culture, or is it just, a muesli bar and a wrapper? I think the world is changing, and I think we really need to empower and value and show that we respect and give mana back to communities by supporting things that work for them.